What if the history you learned in school only scratches the surface of what humans were truly capable of? What if ancient civilizations weren't primitive backdrops to modern society, but societies rich with knowledge, organization, and engineering that still mystify us today? Today, we're exploring the top secrets of ancient advanced civilizations, not myths or fantasy, but real archaeological evidence pointing to human innovation long before modern technology. From ancient cities older than the pyramids to monumental stonework that still puzzles engineers. This video will challenge what you think you know about our past. But before we begin, tell me in the comments, which ancient culture fascinates you the most? The Egyptians, the Sumerians, or the builders of unsolved sites like Göbekli Tepe? Let's jump in. The birthplace of civilization, Sumer. When we talk about the foundations of civilization, we inevitably arrive at Sumer, located in southern Mesopotamia, in what is now modern-day Iraq. Emerging around 4500 BCE, Sumer wasn't just one of the earliest civilizations, it was one of the first societies to fundamentally change how humans lived. Before Sumer, humans largely lived in small agricultural villages, but the Sumerians pioneered urbanization. They built some of the world's first cities, including Uruk, Ur, and Eridu. Uruk alone may have had tens of thousands of inhabitants, an astonishing number for the ancient world. One of their most revolutionary achievements was the creation of cuneiform writing. It began as simple pictographs used for tracking grain, livestock, and trade. Over time, it evolved into a complex writing system used for contracts, laws, literature, and administration. This wasn't just record keeping. It was the birth of written civilization. Sumerians also developed advanced mathematics, including a base 60 system. That's why today, we still divide time into 60 seconds per minute and 60 minutes per hour. In astronomy, they tracked celestial movements and recorded planetary observations. Their religious worldview was deeply tied to the sky, and their towering ziggurats reflected this, massive step temple complexes that dominated city skylines. Their irrigation systems transformed unpredictable floodplains into productive farmland, sustaining dense populations in an otherwise harsh environment. Sumer laid the blueprint for law codes, bureaucracy, monumental architecture, and organized religion. And in many ways, the modern world still operates on foundations first established there. Cairo, America's oldest known city. While Mesopotamia was flourishing, another remarkable society was rising independently across the ocean. The Cairo, part of the Cairo Soup civilization. Dating to around 3100 BCE, Cairo is considered the oldest known urban center in the Americas, roughly contemporary with early Egypt and Mesopotamia. What makes Cairo extraordinary is not just its age, but its organization. Archaeologists uncovered massive platform pyramids, sunken circular plazas, residential zones, and evidence of large-scale construction projects. These structures required coordinated labor, social hierarchy, and long-term planning. And yet, Cairo developed without ceramics in its early phases, something traditionally associated with complex societies. There's also evidence of quipu-like recording devices, knotted strings, that may have functioned as a proto-record system long before writing systems emerged in the region. Cairo thrived through trade networks, exchanging coastal resources like fish and shellfish with inland agricultural communities. What's remarkable is the absence of evidence for warfare. There are no visible fortifications or weapons suggesting violent conflict. This suggests that early complex societies didn't necessarily arise from conquest, but from cooperation and economic interdependence. Cairo challenges long-held assumptions about how civilization develops. Tiwanaku, high-altitude mastery. High in the Andes near Lake Titicaca flourished the Tiwanaku civilization. At over 13,000 feet above sea level, this environment is harsh, thin air, extreme cold, unpredictable climate. Yet Tiwanaku built monumental architecture including the Akapana Pyramid, Kalas Asaya Temple, and intricately carved monolithic gateways. Their agricultural innovation was extraordinary. They developed raised field farming systems, elevated planting platforms surrounded by water channels. These channels moderated temperature, reduced frost damage, and increased crop yields. It was climate engineering before modern science. Stone blocks weighing multiple tons were transported and precisely shaped using techniques that are still studied today. Their architectural planning suggests advanced understanding of geometry and structural stability. Some structures align with solar events, indicating integration of astronomy into urban design. Tiwanaku demonstrates that advanced civilization is not limited by geography. It adapts and innovates. Begekli Tepe, rethinking prehistory. Few discoveries have shaken archaeology like Göbekli Tepe, dating to around 9600 BCE. This site predates Stonehenge by thousands of years and challenges the traditional timeline of civilization. Massive T-shaped stone pillars, some weighing up to 16 tons, were arranged in circular enclosures. Many are carved with intricate animal reliefs. What makes this revolutionary? It predates agriculture. For decades, scholars believed agriculture led to permanent settlements, which led to religion and monumental architecture. Begekli Tepe suggests the opposite may have happened, that large-scale, ritual gatherings may have encouraged social cooperation, which then supported the development of farming. This site forces us to rethink how complex society emerged. Indus Valley, urban precision. The Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro were among the most advanced cities of the ancient world. Their urban planning included grid layouts, standardized brick sizes, multi-story homes, and one of the earliest sophisticated drainage systems known. Nearly every home had access to water and sanitation, something many later civilizations lacked. Weights and measures were standardized across vast distances, showing economic coordination, yet their script remains undeciphered, leaving us without direct insight into their political or religious systems. The Indus Valley civilization demonstrates that complexity doesn't always leave easily interpretable records, geometry, and knowledge across continents. Across the globe, from the pyramids of Egypt to ceremonial sites in North America, archaeological studies reveal consistent use of proportional design, astronomical alignment, and geometric planning. These patterns suggest observation-based mathematics long before formal theoretical texts. Ancient builders tracked solstices, equinoxes, and cardinal directions with remarkable accuracy. Knowledge wasn't primitive, it was empirical, refined through generations of observation. Underwater archaeology and lost landscapes. Rising sea levels after the last ice age submerged vast coastal regions, off the coast of Cuba and other regions. Sonar surveys have identified submerged structures that resemble human-made formations. While interpretations remain debated, underwater archaeology continues to expand our understanding of early human settlements. Technologies like LiDAR and sonar are revealing sites hidden under dense forests and ocean floors, suggesting we've only uncovered a fraction of ancient human history. When we step back and examine the evidence, a powerful truth emerges. Ancient civilizations were not primitive stepping stones toward modernity. They were innovative, adaptive, and intellectually sophisticated societies, solving real-world challenges with creativity and precision. Urban planning, irrigation, astronomy, writing, engineering. These weren't sudden modern inventions. They were cumulative human achievements built over thousands of years. And archaeology continues to rewrite what we thought we knew. Now I want to hear from you. Which ancient civilization impressed you the most? Which one should we explore in even greater depth next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more evidence-based historical explorations, and share it with someone who loves uncovering the real mysteries of the ancient world. Because history isn't just about the past. It's about discovering how brilliant humanity has always been.